And we are live. There we go. I love this character.
Hello, world.
It is a good character.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, playback.
The website's
on
been
YouTube.
disabled by the video owner. Yeah, go into YouTube settings and enable the playback.
Is that for me, Jason?
Yeah, we'd have to go into your YouTube settings and
Okay.
change the playback.
Do it. Do it here. Actually, hold on. Here we go. YouTube Studio. Is it on the YouTube Studio section or the live?
It should be in your settings in the YouTube Studio area.
Yeah. Settings, channel.
Let's see. YouTube playback and others. YouTube.
We will get there.
Do we need to do it or?
Yeah, we can't see. You won't be able to show it on Stonks.
Yeah, Stonks is the
We
screen
have
is
to have it.
disabled.
So.
So this is a good time for folks to.
Yeah, it's fun.
We just wanted to show it there.
They're
Let
off
me share my
now,
screen.
anyway.
Jason, let me share my screen and tell me where, because I can't find it.
I was trying to put in. Let's see. Cancel. Let's see. Where's the YouTube settings at? It'll be in your settings for like all videos. It won't be just this video. It'll be like an all setting. Trying to think. It says your channel. Wait a minute. Okay, we're in the studio right now. When you went to manage, what did it do?
That's it. That's the video visibility.
It's public. Where's your like overall like YouTube backend? Like if you go to your YouTube, I guess it is YouTube Studios, but like
It's right here. So here's your YouTube Studio.
yeah, it's gonna be in here somewhere. I'm just not 100% sure where it's at because I've changed this shit so damn much.
And what's the setting called?
It'll be your playback. It'll like enables you to like have your video played on other sites, like embedded pretty much.
Got it.
Disabled. Select video. Select advanced settings. Says select the video. Go to the advanced settings. Tick the embed box. That's what it says to do. But I'm wondering if there is a. Go to my YouTube.
Okay, here we go. Edit visibility.
Yeah.
Embedding. Okay, here we go.
Embedding. Yes.
It is on.
Okay, let's see if it updates now, or if it's going to be one of those things where it's like you must end video. No, it couldn't be. I think we're good. We're good now.
Working?
I can see us.
All right.
You can. I can't see us yet. Maybe I refresh the page.
Yeah, you have to refresh it.
Okay, there we
It'll
go.
say like unmute.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
Sweet.
Yay!
We're back.
We did it.
All right.
I knew it. Sequoia.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Well,
Man.
welcome back to Stonks. We've been live streaming and helping you lose money for well over 3 years now. So we're going to keep the tradition going. Early stage startups, late stage startups, and now public equity. So welcome back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
Ali, you might need to speak up a little.
Yeah,
Okay.
less compared to Jason.
Yeah, I
All
could
right.
probably tamper mine too a little bit.
This is the worst I'll ever be because I'm on my laptop. But
Yeah.
going forward, I'll be back on my with my regular microphone. So speak
Nice.
up. Just let me know if you can't hear me. But no, it's great. Welcome everyone. Excited to introduce my co-hosts Murti and Jason here. Welcome to our first ever Stonks live stream. Woohoo!
Let's go. Hey, we made it. We fixed the enablement. We embedded. So hey, if we get that far, I think we're good. So
How many engineers does it take to fix a live stream, Murti?
Uh,
a lot.
3 so far, but yeah, we depends how bloated the company is. So we're not very bloated right now. So,
We got it.
or rather, the better question would be how many PMs does it take to fix a live stream?
Hey,
I love dumping on PMs more. Okay, so yeah, let's. Who wants to start? I think the format we're using is each of us picks a topic and we go through it.
Actually, just before that, Murti, do you want to, do you and Jason just want to talk about what game, like how Stonks works, what this game is, and what's supposed to happen in the next 23 minutes?
Sure, Jason, you want to do it?
I'll let you do it. Hey, this
All
is
right.
your baby, so I'll let you walk it through the first time. I'll go with it next for sure.
Yeah, so welcome. We're playing a game called After Earnings, and every day Stonks is basically going to pick one stock. Today is NVDA because we're gonna go into NVIDIA a little deep today. And the idea is basically to predict the price between after closing, which will be in about 20 minutes or so. Markets will close, and that's the latest time you can put in your prediction. And then we're going to wait 30 minutes, and then 30 minutes after close, whatever the price exactly at 4:30 p.m. Is for NVIDIA, that's the price we lock in, and whoever gets closest to the price wins money. The price pool today is $100, and over the next week we're going to bump this up to $1,000 a day, and so forth. So yeah, it's a really fun way, I think, to learn about new companies because earnings season is going to start next week. And so we're going to focus and feature companies that are reporting earnings that day. So, it's a good way to learn about a totally different company or something you haven't heard of, and to actually go research and try and make a prediction on whether they're going to report earnings that are better than expected or worse than expected. And that's really the swing price you get after earnings. So that's the game. So if you're watching this, go hit the button on the bottom right and make a prediction for NVIDIA today.
Okay, let me make sure we got the highlights, like recap the highlights. It's free to enter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You win real money. $100 today, $100 tomorrow, and next week it'll bump up to 1,000 every day. And in order to win, you have to guess the closing price of the stock 30 minutes out post close.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, it might be a little different every day depending on your earnings calendar, but that's sort of the general idea, right?
Yeah, and we're gonna
Come
do
here.
this 5 days a week.
Got it. Come here, hit a button, win money. Versus on Robinhood, you hit buttons and you lose money.
This is true.
This is true. Yeah.
Oh man,
So yeah, welcome to Stonks. Today is our first live stream. Exciting.
it is very exciting.
Shout out to Oliver and Eddie in the chat, both the Eddies. They worked very hard to get you these emojis on day one. So we have
We got the emojis going.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, we do.
Let's
Took a while to figure out.
And they have their priorities right. So
yeah. Emojis make the world go around. So
okay, cool. Murti, Jason, what have you got to talk about?
Yeah, I mean,
You want to go first, Jason?
yeah, we can go. We can start off. I was just going to go with the stock that we obviously were already using, which is NVIDIA. I figured, hey, we might as well, start it off with that one, and then we can work down to other stocks. But obviously, it's more of like a roundtable for all of us to talk about it, and where we think the stock's heading, where we think the company's headed, and obviously stock price in general. But overall, like obviously just in the past few days, we've seen, obviously we had an analyst that downgraded NVIDIA from a buy to a neutral, which obviously made a little bit of a tiny sell off for 2 seconds before everybody got back into this is AI mode. Like nobody stops the train. So, we got back on that train right now, which is cool. But yeah, obviously what is his? I can't remember his name. It's like Pierre Faruga. I can't remember his name. Obviously, I think he was from like New Street Research, who did the downgrade on NVIDIA. He thinks it's overbought right now. He does though see to his prediction, he does see like another 6% upswing in the next year, which obviously like definitely is possible. I think it could be more than the 6% upswing depending on what they do. Because I think right now, obviously, AI is the new thing that everybody's paying attention to, and we obviously all know that AI is going to take over some stuff eventually, and especially with the chips in general. I mean, they're pretty much the market leader there. Outside of like a few others like AMD and things like that. But AMD is pretty much selling close to PE levels that NVIDIA is selling at. Like NVIDIA is selling like a 34 PE. I think like AMD is selling at like a 30 or 31. So it's not that far across, which is kind of funny. And then you have like Microsoft right behind them at like a 30 PE. And I think Apple, if I remember correctly, is like a 31. Amazon's like a 35. So overall, I mean, really, it's like you think about NVIDIA, like it's went up a ton, but really, like it's in line with a lot of other stocks out there. So it's like, hey, it could have some more room to run. It's not as high as a P ratio that you would think, because I know a lot of people's obviously seen it explode just in the past year. But overall, on that end, obviously, like I still think on my end, outside of NVIDIA, I still think Google's probably the one to buy because they're selling like a 20 PE or something like that, a 22. P level. So, I mean, you have Google, which is like way down here, and then you have like everybody else is like way up here. To me, like I'd be buying probably Google over everybody at this point. Outside NVIDIA, because I do have my own, NVIDIA love, but
I'll tell you my problem with NVIDIA.
Yeah.
When people look at financials, I think it's very easy to lose sight of reality because you're looking at financials and you're just comparing numbers to numbers and like you believe the numbers to be true. Here's the problem with NVIDIA. Something like 20 something percent of their revenue is coming from Microsoft. Yep. Right. So, and I bet the other 10% is Facebook, another 10% is Apple, another 10% is, a few other cloud providers.
Elon Musk.
Right. Elon Musk. And so they're all like, all these tech companies are literally sitting on billions of dollars, in some cases, hundreds of billions of dollars of just cash that they have piled up over the last 10 years. And all of that cash is going to NVIDIA right now. But at some point, that will stop. Right. Yep. And the question is, like, the first hint of that stopping, NVIDIA, I think, will go down 50%.
Like, definitely could.
First article that gets published that says, like AWS has stopped buying NVIDIA chips this year, or like has reduced their like purchase order for NVIDIA chips. Everyone's going to try and front run that trade. And you're just going to see a massive collapse, regardless of what the NVIDIA's financials do. So on that topic, here is a very interesting article that Sequoia put out. And so Sequoia Capital, they're a famous venture capital firm. They funded our last company, Streamlabs. And they're known for putting out these like doomsday kind of memos, like right before some of these like financial crises, like the 2008 financial crisis. They put out like RIP good times. Like, it was a very famous memo. Right when COVID happened, they did another similar one. And so they just did this on AI, and I think it's very interesting. And their whole premise, they actually put out one about 6 months ago where they said AI's $200 billion question, and now it's just turned into AI's $600 billion question. Okay. And their whole premise is basically that, look, you have, Microsoft, all the data center guys, Amazon buying a shit ton of NVIDIA, fine, chips.
Yep.
The problem is they're not making even close to any amount of revenue that would justify this amount of capital expenditure spending. And so what they try and do in this article is they try and add up AI revenue across the board. You look at ChatGPT's, OpenAI's revenue, you look at some of the other revenues, and there's basically a big gaping loophole, which is there's a lot of money being spent, but not a lot of money being made. And so at what point does Microsoft and Amazon and these guys, Elon, go like, you know what, we're good for now. We'll hold off for 12 months before putting in our next, $20 billion order for NVIDIA chips.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that too. Because, like I said, I mean, obviously, us as retailers, we can move the market a little bit, but as soon as those computers hit sale, then you really see the that sinkhole kind of open up, and then everybody starts trying to jump ship. And like you said, it's it's definitely not feasible to see a 25 to even like a 40% drop like pretty quick. And that's the reason why, like the reason why I said, like, at this point, when I'm looking at like P levels and things like that, like I'd much rather be buying, Google right now than I would a lot of others, just because, they're selling at like a 2022 PE versus everybody else, which is in the 30s or super upper, like 29-ish area. So to me, at least, like I'm just, I've just been sitting in the corner because I've already had plenty of shares of NVIDIA. And I've, obviously even had options that I've sold off just to be like, okay, if something does like crater, at least I'm not losing like a ton of money on it or whatever may be happen. And that's the reason why here lately I've been buying, Google at this point, just, loading up some of that in too.
I like
that's
it.
just
buy Google, don't buy NVIDIA.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like we were talking about the other day too, with like, like Abercrombie Fitch, right? Like that's another stock that's, blown up, but you don't really see many people talk about that stock overall, but it is a stock that's like a juggernaut in terms of like, if you bought it early, you've done very, very well with it.
Yeah.
So those are definitely like some of those, stocks that I've been watching for sure.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Just if you're new here to the stream, just a quick reminder, we have 12 minutes, 11 now remaining. So make sure to hit that yellow button at the bottom, get your price prediction in. Welcome, Kevin. Welcome, Eddie. Welcome, Vishru. Welcome, Nicole. Nicole got her prediction in. So you have 11 minutes before today's game will close, 12 minutes to closing bell. Ding, ding, ding. We'll keep going. So we're going to be here. The stream will keep going post close. And Murthy and Jason, I think the price is 30 minutes post, right?
Yeah.
At 1:30 Pacific.
Yeah, exactly. When that closes, and then obviously we can, announce the winners on that end. We can obviously, we'll announce them live right here on the stream. That way you guys know if you've won or not. So make sure to keep the the live open. That way you guys know.
Hey, Jeremy, welcome back. Jeremy won a couple of days ago.
Awesome!
I think was it Tesla? Was it some other stock? So welcome back. We haven't built everything on the site yet. So like things like withdrawals. So the money you win is going to stay in your account, and then I think we're building out a withdrawal process. It's coming in a few days. So.
Awesome.
Cool. Okay, what's next?
But this is real money we're doing. So if you win, you will get your money.
Yep. This isn't that monopoly money.
It was until a few days ago, but now it's real. So
got to start somewhere. Monopoly's it.
Shout outs also to Andy, Carolina, and Tesla Bull. I think that's my favorite username so far.
Nice.
Yeah, finally the Tesla bulls have awoken from like a 4-year sleep.
Literally. Oh man. It's been crazy this last month, man. Tesla's been booking it.
Yeah.
It's
Totally.
good to see, though.
Okay. Murthy, I shared a bunch of links if you want to
Sure.
pull them up from the top, or if you have something you can.
No,
start
let's
there.
go. Trash cans.
Okay, good.
I
So
shit you
breaking
not, we're talking about
breaking
that.
news. Yeah, breaking news. See if you can zoom in a little bit there, or
Yeah.
one of the layouts here if it lets you zoom. There we
There
go.
we go.
Perfect.
Nice.
So this is not fake. This actually happened this week. New York City paid McKinsey $4 million because they had a trash problem because everyone was leaving trash bags in the street and like rats and it was smell. And if you've been in New York, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And so they paid McKinsey. They're like, "Hey, help us solve this thing." And McKinsey came back. And if you go down, Murthy, scroll right there, the solution was for $4 million. Keep going, keep going. There should be a picture here somewhere.
Oh, there it is.
Keep going, keep going. There should be a better one.
Oh, is there a
somewhere.
better one? Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I mean, it's somewhere in there. But the solution was basically like look, just have garbage bins like every other city. And the mayor went out and made an announcement. And he's like shaking hands, and he's like, "We will finally bring garbage bins to New York City."
Man,
Let's go to the next link.
21st century garbage cans. Let's go.
This one I don't know if we have audio, Murthy, but you can voice over this if you want.
I think the audience should have audio.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm not hearing audio
Oh,
on
no.
the.
Yeah, I think you won't hear it, but the stream will hear it.
I don't think the stream hears it either.
No? Okay, never mind then. We'll skip the ones with audio.
Okay.
It's a work in progress, guys. Work in
Yeah.
progress.
Work in progress. Work in progress. By this time next year, we will have solved it.
Yes.
So this is great. So if you zoom in, or if you could pause there a little bit, this is Sam
Oh, yeah.
Altman in his McLaren, what looks to be a new McLaren, because he wrecked one. I think the last one he got in a car crash. So he's the CEO of OpenAI. If you've been living under a rock, and it looks like he just purchased a new McLaren in San Francisco. Clearly with the 50 million donation money that Elon put into OpenAI when it used to be a nonprofit. And from the looks of it, this car looks like a Speedtail, which is like the brand new latest and greatest thing they've come up with. New toy.
Nice.
But pretty cool. I think Sava recognizes Sam, that someone's
Yep.
taking a video, and he's like nodding. So if you play that, he's like, at some point, he's like, "Yep, you got me."
He's like, yeah. Well, I think I'll go make me a nonprofit real quick too.
I know, right? Like this is all you. This is what you gotta do. Just
Where do I sign up?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, to be fair to him, he's like made plenty of money with
Yeah.
his own sort of angel investments outside of OpenAI.
yeah, but we're not here to be fair.
No,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
good.
We're here to pass judgment. Okay.
Now, how many days do you think that car is gonna last in San Francisco?
Probably not long.
Imagine the PR team at OpenAI right now going, "Jesus Christ, Sam, again."
Yep. I mean, it's not gonna last long, but
Oh, fun! Look at this trending topic here.
Dollar Tree assault. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Twitter. That's
Jesus.
X right there. That's the most. That is the most X, just if you had to explain it, yep, that's the headline.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
X
right
changes.
above Jerome Powell and President Biden.
Exactly.
It's that.
Yep. It's like,
Yeah.
hey man, what goes first? The Dollar Tree assault.
Um,
I
So
mean,
guys, we
shout
have
out
5 minutes. If you haven't gotten your entries in, get them in.
yeah,
We're 5 minutes.
maybe that's a sign. Maybe we should all be buying Dollar Tree stock.
you know,
Ah,
it's
man.
funny. Just earlier this morning, I saw another one on X where like this young investment banker, like an associate, 20 something, I think it's maybe 30, um, was taken to court because he was in a public park doing the
Oh,
same
man.
thing that that trending topic is talking about on a tree in a public
Oh
park,
god.
and
Yeah.
clearly it didn't end well. And
Takes
Yeah.
the term airdrop to a whole new level.
Oh my god.
Our crypto bros will get that reference.
Yep.
yeah, Kevin's like, pump it. Yeah, yes, guys.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's a good thing we don't have compliance listening in on this call.
Exactly. Thank goodness.
All right, Ali, here's your next chart.
I will say that some of us do own Tesla or NVIDIA or some of the other random stocks we're going to talk about on
Yep.
these calls. So this is not financial advice. Please, like all of the lawyer stuff applies here as well. If you can zoom in here, Murthy, this is just a quick trends analysis of ChatGPT versus Anthropic's Claude, which is getting a lot of buzz these days, and NVIDIA, which is what we're doing today, 3 minutes before entries lock. And what's really funny is, and I put in Hawktua just for reference, like just to like, how big is this thing? Just so you
Yeah.
guys have a frame of reference. That was the big thing like last week, a couple of weeks ago. What's super interesting here is interest in NVIDIA has been sort of moving in lockstep since middle of May, with interest in ChatGPT. Right, you
Mhm.
can almost like put the two curves on top of each other, and they're both going up and down at the same time, which is really funny.
That is kind of funny though. I mean, I guess obviously you think AI, so I mean, put two and two together there with ChatGPT, and exactly.
Yeah, and maybe that's the retail investor bubble hype, right? Because
Yeah.
this is when the NVIDIA stock sort of also really exploded on sort of the retail consciousness, because it's not a consumer facing product. Like consumers aren't going to NVIDIA website or searching for NVIDIA the same way they might be for ChatGPT, like 4 times a day. The reason you'd see a spike in search volume is if people are searching for the stock or news related to NVIDIA.
I mean, can we just talk about that red line there?
This is why you need to be subscribed to our newsletter, because even
Yeah.
though we're PG-13, we do cover shit like this.
Yep. Oh man, the red line. She just signed a deal too, so she's making money off of it at
Yeah,
least.
she
I
signed
guess.
with Penthouse, and then she's going to be doing a comedy tour across
Yeah.
the stand-up comedy tour.
I was like, what?
Yeah, and if you're into crypto, Hawktua's market cap is currently at 1.5 million. Hawktua's crypto coin.
They make a crypto coin for everything, and somehow it gets bought. I don't know how, but it does every time. But hey, I mean, more power to you. I mean,
All right. Next up, TSMC.
So also related to NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA's key supplier, right? They make the chips, NVIDIA designs them. So if TSMC has the fabs, they make them mostly in Taiwan. And there was a headline a few weeks ago that said that the TSMC chairman was basically like, NVIDIA is making too much money. We're just going to increase our prices. So there's some margin compression going to happen from the bottom up because NVIDIA, in effect, I think is a single supplier company, and TSMC is the supplier. So they just had a big jump in earnings, beat expectations. Stock is up today. I don't know if I think they reported earnings or delivery numbers or shipment numbers today. It may not have been full earnings, but yeah, they had a good quarter. They had a beat.
They have their factory rigged with explosives.
Did they really?
Yeah, no, it's an actual contingency plan in case China invades. They would
I
rather
guess, yeah.
blow up the factory rather than let
Yes.
China capture it. And so there's
Like,
an actual blow the shit up contingency plan.
I mean, as a stockholder, I approve of this message. I always wonder, like, what would happen? Well, if they're just going to blow their own shit up, then I actually approve of that. That sounds great.
That's
I don't-
wild. That's true. This is true.
I wouldn't doubt it though.
Crazy.
Because like obviously, like you don't think like mainland China's going to go bomb the semiconductor warehouse. So you wouldn't think they would, at least. It's going to go all around it, and they're like, well, you know what? You're not getting any of this. We may die, but the whole the whole warehouse is gone too. So, I mean, that's wild to even think about. I didn't know that. Like, even because I've had TSMC since like probably like 2019, I think. So like, I never knew that they blow their own stuff up.
Yeah, totally.
Makes sense though. And I can't blame them for charging NVIDIA, or at least trying to make more money off NVIDIA. I don't blame them on that either. I think we all would.
Yeah.
Okay, on that happy note, bidding is closed.
Oh yeah, bidding is closed.
Hey, we made it.
Yeah. So a bunch of people got their predictions in, and if you go mouse over the bottom left corner, you're gonna see a little graph of where everyone's predictions came in at and what the current price is looking like.
So close. I feel like so close.
I don't remember what price I put in. So Eddie and Oliver, if you're watching.
Yeah, I don't know what mine was either now. It was something.
It was something, yeah.
Yeah, it was 134 something, but it was in there.
Yeah, I'm at 134.62.
Yeah, I don't know where you guys are seeing that. Where are you guys seeing that?
Me neither. I just see 134.92. Where do you see the?
So click on the bidding close button, and then it'll show your predictions.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And the current price is 134.92.
Yeah, we work here, guys. We just don't know how this works. So Jason and I are learning. We're getting a product demo along with the rest of you. So. This is great. Okay, good.
Oh, and then a lot of people want to know, how do you get more entries? You just click this button here, get more entries, and you just share your link, put it on Twitter, put it on X, put it on whatever. Get your spouse on board. Get them into this. Can I call it an addiction?
I mean, it turns into one. So.
And and you'll get 10 free entries that you can use anytime. They don't expire, so you can use it for tomorrow or keep it rolling.
And is there a limit, Bertie, on how many entries you can do in one game, like a daily game?
No, there is no limit on a per user basis. So if you got 100 people to sign up and you got 1,000 entries, you can put in 1,000 entries, and you'll likely win.
Nice. I mean, I like the no limits. Let me invite all the peoples. Get them in here. Let me win.
Yeah.
Start stacking them. That's what I would do.
At some point, yeah, got it. So this number I see up here. So if you've got 5 entries at the top of your page, or 10, or 2, or 1, or 0, that's the number of times you can enter.
Yep.
Got it.
And everyone gets one entry every day for free. So you can show up, get a free entry, enter once.
Got it. And this game is completely free, right? So there's at no point are we asking for money. At no point will we ask for money. At no point will we ask you to like watch ads or any. This is completely free, and all you have to do is show up every day, get your free entry, or refer your friends, and put in your bids.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. Yeah, this is not a lottery. We are not trying to
Nope.
build a lottery here.
Yeah, been there, tried to do that. Don't want to do that again. So.
Awkward laughs.
Yeah, awkward loss.
Oh my god.
I mean, shout out to I think we have some old Stonks people here, maybe dropping in to say hi. But at some point, we looked at registering as a broker dealer, as an RIA, even filled in, sort of went through half of like a 6-month application process. So yeah, don't want to do that again. I'm just going to keep it simple and free. So we talk about Pepe coin and Octo coin, whatever. Cool, Murti. Actually, do you mind pulling up that link you had open? Or it's sharing, but it's. I think it's sharing a different tab on Stonks. Or is my stream lagging? Okay, there we go. Stream's lagging.
Yeah, it's lagging behind.
So,
something is up with this video player. Like depending on like sometimes the video will just get stuck. It's not. So we may have to enable playback controls here.
Yeah.
To let people catch up.
okay.
Okay, cool. So if you have been actively investing, and this is something super interesting I wanted to share here, this is the first half 2024 return data for some of the largest hedge funds on Wall Street, right? So this is their percentage return from January through June this year. And if your trades haven't been going well here, if you didn't buy NVDA this year, didn't have it, you didn't own the S&P, you sold Tesla right before the big rally, you did everything wrong, and you feel like shit, and you feel like crawling under a blanket. This is something I want to show you. Let's read off some of these names, right? So at the top, Light Street, Whale Rock, never heard of them. D1, sort of a sizable firm.
Citadel.
But everyone under there, Citadel, Tiger Global, Third Point, Schoenfeld, Co2, Citadel, Greenlight, all of them, the biggest names on Wall Street, have underperformed the S&P 500 this year. So the S&P year-to-date return is 17%, which puts it right between number 3 and number 4 on that list. Right?
Yep.
So it's sort of a big topic, and we'll probably tease it out over the coming weeks. But this should make you feel better that you are. All of these guys have also lagged the market, right? So don't give up. It's okay. Tiger and Citadel are right in there losing money with you. And this is, I believe, this is gross. I'll double check. But so they're charging a 2% typically on these shitty returns.
Plus 20%, right? So for the ones that are positive, so that's more like 4%. Minus whatever these numbers are.
Ain't that sad? It's like you could have managed your money yourself at that point. Just S&P.
And these are 10 to $100 billion plus funds. I mean, these are not small funds.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
And they probably have like teams of analysts like looking at this stuff, right? All day.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's all they do every day, all day. So
yeah,
there was an interesting development. JP Morgan fired their head strategist yesterday. I forget what his name is, but he was basically like calling for a recession this year. And JP Morgan basically told that to all their clients. We are clients as well of JP Morgan, and so we get their research too. And they were like basically heavy bear case this year. They're like, there's a hard landing coming, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And all their clients lost a lot of money because of that, and they just like fired their head strategist. Because Jamie Dimon was kind of bearish too, right? For the last 12 months, he's been saying a lot of bear things. So I think he's doing sort of a soft reversal too.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Can't
think
blame him,
about it.
right?
17% is quite a bit for the S&P to go up in 6 months, 7 months.
Yeah, I mean it's good, but yeah, it is quite a bit. Like usually, what you get like a not like 8 to 10% return, like average. So getting 17% is almost double that. Really, if you're going off to 8%, it is double. So
Yeah.
it's a really good, 6 months.
And NVDA is probably half of that.
Yeah, and so my question is, Citadel and Tiger and Go2, how did you guys screw up? I'd be curious. I want to find out why they lagged the market.
And I mean, this is public equity. These guys have been screwing up on private markets even more, like Tiger and Go2. They've lost literally hundreds of billions of dollars on their private market funds in the last 5 years.
Oh yeah, that's a bloodbath. I mean,
Yeah,
I think this is just the public equity stuff, but the private stuff, especially since 21, it's just been a bloodbath.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I feel like everybody did great during 2021. So, like, I don't think you need to be a hedge fund at that. You literally you could throw a dart like on a dartboard and pick any stock, and it was like skyrocketing. So I feel like anybody then did really well. Like obviously, we even seen like Kathy Woods did like super good then, and then after that, she kind of fell off a little bit too. But obviously now since she has Tesla a lot too, so she's done pretty good obviously the past month. But even her funds in general like had like a pretty good slide down too.
Yeah, and if you go down this list, I mean, there's Pershing Square, there's Exodus. I mean, Exodus is going to see a big exodus of capital here.
Hold on, I was going to
No
put up.
funds.
The irony is I still use Yahoo Finance for my investing.
I mean, honestly, it's actually pretty decent. It's not bad.
And so does Roaring Kitty, right? So if you followed his, I think that position was 580 million at one point, maybe more. He was almost a billionaire. You saw that meme, right? And and he literally did a live stream on YouTube with 600,000-700,000 concurrent viewers, and literally he had the same page open, right, Murthy, that you have open now, and he's like, I wonder where this price is gonna go.
Yeah, not 100%.
With a $580 million position, no Bloomberg, no Alpha Sense, none of that fancy is good old Yahoo Finance.
Like here is Alpha Sense. This thing costs tens of thousands of dollars a year that we pay for, but I find myself using Yahoo Finance.
It is kind of crazy. That is wild.
So here's ARK.
Yeah, look at that. It's just sideways trading since like pretty much sideways trading at least since like 2021, 2020 or 2022, I guess, when it fell. Yep. And it's sideways.
Now, Murthy, can you overlay one of the meme stocks on that? Like Tesla or like, I don't know, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is probably going to be the inverse of that, but Tesla.
Does Yahoo Finance let you overlay a chart?
Yeah, so do advanced chart.
Yeah, I think there is an advanced thing.
Go on the right. Yeah, do that, advanced chart. And then comparison, yeah.
Nope.
And then
what
is that volume under? Try to get rid of that volume under filter. I don't know what that is.
Oh.
They just made it too complicated. It used to work. I swear it used to work.
You just go trading view.
And this is why, children, you don't do this at home.
Yeah.
All right. So we've got ARK here. We've got Tesla with its parabolic climb.
Can you go longer time
period? For the sake of it, why not?
GME, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I guess put up on there. Obviously, GME's got that massive spike in there too. But
I wish he posted updates of his portfolio daily. Because, like, I would love to see what happened to those like calls, like the $200 million calls he had.
yeah, it would be nice to see.
Okay, can you go on the 5-year for this?
Sure.
Okay, so which one? That's too far back. Oh my god! What?
Look at
What? What?
look at that parabolical thing, dude.
The
Oh my god,
percentage
it's in
change.
percentages gains, but geez, the GME was wild.
Let's remove GME. And this is more realistic.
Yeah.
I've always thought Kathy Wood was quite a bad money manager. And I remember, Ali, we were talking about
Hmm.
this even years ago, like when
hmm
she could do no wrong and everyone was worshiping her. I would like listen to her interviews and like they were so dumb. Like they
Yeah.
were so like buzzword filled and like I don't know. And I kept
Yeah.
telling myself like really like this is the person everyone's worshiping.
But the issue
Um
was though, is the only reason why she did that was because again, it was 2021, 2020, 2021. Like everybody's stocks was diabolical. She was just throwing around buzzwords, which got her on the shows a lot. And then obviously everybody started like, going off what she was buying and selling and trading, which I'm sure if you did that, you lost lots of money because she was throwing money into obviously all kinds of like weird little stocks that weren't even stock shit. If you guys remember those that
oh
were
my
just like
God,
partnering
like
up with other companies and then they come in, instead of going the right way about it, they were just like companies had no money coming in,
yeah,
like
all
weird
the
little tiny
biotech stuff
companies.
she had.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
She had Roku as her number 2 holding after Tesla, and she
Oh,
called it one
jeez.
of her most disruptive stocks ever.
Yep, I remember that.
And if you've ever owned a Roku device,
It's
it's
bad.
not even in my top 3 like devices I would connect to my TV.
Yeah,
Chromecast would
no,
be number
exactly.
1,
Yep.
Apple TV would be number 2, like Roku's like, and yeah, it was her top like disruptor after Tesla.
Oh, I remember. Yes, we made. I
Yeah.
remember like people had a lot of jokes about that too. There's so many memes about that. But like I said, everybody worshiped what she'd done. I mean, like, and then she was buying like tons of like, robo taxis way before you probably should be buying robo taxis. We're so far out. She's over there buying like what was it, Arch or whatever it was, which is cool. Like I said, they got some cool like concepts, but like they're so far out from even doing anything. It's like, like what are you doing buying those stocks right now?
Shout out, shout out to Gormanator. Assuming this is Gorman, Matt Gorman, back from the Computed Labs days. But shout
Oh
out, man.
wow, Garmin, I remember you.
Um, shout out to Naveen. Welcome to Stonks. This is a pre-release version. We haven't launched yet. Um,
Doxed.
oops. Good thing there's only 11 people here. We haven't like launched yet, so it's okay. It's in the family, man. I'll give you a big hug.
Oh man, such dirty words, Oliver.
Cool. So going back to Murthy, what you were saying, I'm curious, what is your favorite style of investing? You and then Jason, I guess, after.
So my investing, the thing I struggle with most is patience because I have none of it. But if I can be patient, which I'm working on, I just like to buy stuff that I feel I use and I understand and I know is winning. Like it doesn't really have, and then I don't really even look much at financials or price. And you just buy stuff you like that's winning, that they're clearly winning, and then you forget about it for 5 years. That's
Yeah,
I think the forgetting about for 5 years is the hard part, honestly. But the part I struggle with is there's so much distraction in value stocks where people will be like, hey, look at PayPal, for example. PayPal is a company that a lot of YouTubers have been fawning over because it is cheap. And
Yeah.
every 3 months it gets cheaper. And to them, it is a strong signal to buy PayPal. They announce a dividend, they announce buybacks, buy PayPal because
Yep.
it is so bloody cheap. And yet, like if I can't even use PayPal because my account is like blocked, and like good luck trying to call PayPal customer support. It doesn't exist. Um, and so I think that, yeah, there's a lot of distraction in people saying, oh, this is really cheap, you got to buy this, or this is and every time I've tried to buy a cheap stock, I've gotten burnt because it just gets cheaper.
Yeah. There's usually a reason why it's cheap.
Yeah.
Or
Like
the
PayPal as
computers
a
would be
product
buying.
is dead. Like there is no like reviving PayPal. The founders have long left, right? The
Yeah.
PayPal mafia has all built amazing other companies. Elon Musk, being the most famous of them, but there's quite a few others. There's Max Levchin that runs a firm now, and there's a whole bunch of others.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I'm with you
Just
on
like
that
a
though.
winners index, there should be like a losers index that you could like short long term.
Yeah. No,
Put
100%.
Citadel, Tiger, Kotu, Schoenfeld, Millennium, Exodus,
Yeah.
all of them. At least this
Oh
year.
Lord.
Jason, what do you think? Anything
Yeah,
to add there?
No, speaking to Oliver there though, eBay. Oh God, please don't even talk about that site. Man, I remember when them and PayPal were together. It was ridiculous. Like, oh my God, it's like an iron fist over there on eBay. But nowadays, it's just like you said, we were talking about though. There's just so many different things out there people use, like in their everyday life, like Venmo or Cash App and all these other apps that are so easy to use now. Like I just see, like I don't see PayPal gaining much in the long run. I see more people using, those type of things now. It used to be PayPal. Those same people used to use PayPal, but now they use, Cash App or Venmo or whatever that is. So to me, it's like that. To me, it signals to me don't buy PayPal just because I don't see anybody using it anymore. But hey,
I mean, PayPal owns Venmo, but I
well,
wonder
yeah,
what percentage of revenue
that's what I'm wondering too,
Venmo
though.
generates.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do get that. It's just like there's just so many of them out there. I feel like every year is like a new one, right? There's like a new Cash App type style app that's out there. So I don't know. To me, it's like somebody's going to try to beat on and make it cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper till you can't go any cheaper. So I don't know. To me, it's like I'm not paying PayPal. I don't care how low it gets. But yeah, I guess on my end in terms of like buying, like I'm definitely a long term investor. So usually I'm just like Murdy. So I like to buy things that I use, obviously like via, Tesla, right? So, I have a Tesla, so I buy a Tesla, so I'm an easy, simple person. I use NVDA stuff, so I buy NVIDIA, like those are things that I usually do, but I also do like to dabble into short-term swing trades and options sometime as well. But obviously like a lot of times I'll see myself even doing more like selling call options than I even do regular options in general, just because it's easy money that comes in. It's like, okay, I'll just sell these and loan those out, and then I get the money back because that stock's never hitting that price that week anyway. So I got to worry about it selling, and for some reason you're buying it. So hey, let me have your money then. But yeah, for the long term stuff, I'm definitely somebody that just buys on like things I use or things I think is at least. And if I take a chance on something, it's something I think I'll use or something I think is going to be great. But I'm not going to overpay for something either. So usually like we see lots of stocks come out, IPO, and then they drop off, right? So if I like one of those, I usually don't buy IPO right off the bat either. I usually just, buy it after it falls down in like 4 or 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't, then I'm like, well, I missed out on the train. Eventually, if it does fall, I'll buy it then. If not, then hey, I missed out. It's okay. But yeah, that's usually like my mentality when it comes to trade. I don't want to chase something, and because every time I try to chase something, I lose money. So I'm just not chasing. It's just not happening.
I can tell this is going to be so much fun. These guys love talking about this stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we all have our personal trauma stories of getting burned.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Yeah.
my
Maybe
recent
after.
one? Let me get
You want to save it for you want to save anything for episode 7, Murthy, or just drop it all here?
Okay. Episode 7.
Yeah.
But I'll name the stock.
I'm
And
just
then
kidding. I'm just
we can
kidding.
go into it in detail. Is Celsius, the energy drink.
Oh, that's a good one.
It has
I can tell
fallen
you.
50% over the last 3 months for no real reason.
Yeah.
And
Did Seda stop drinking it?
no,
What happened?
still drinking 2 a day.
Oh, well,
Okay.
there you go.
Okay,
Well,
so
I took a chance on a stock too, and it was an options calls, and it was a stock called Neo back in like 2021. And RIP that I don't even talk about that, right? So I literally cry every time. I'm like Mr. Krabs in the corner crying over money. So hey, it happens to the best of us. So I was like, I'm going to sell this before it falls, and then yeah, that didn't happen, did it? So yep. I could tell a good story about that one too later on.
Here's a fun tool I've started using to look at companies. This YouTuber that I follow, Unrivaled Investing, he's a co-founder of this company called AI Ticker Chat.
Nice.
And there are other ways to get this data too. It's just easier, but these are basically insider transactions, so buy and sell. And so for a company like Teladoc, I don't know if you guys have followed Teladoc and its fall from grace. Oh, so this was Kathy Wood's other favorite company, by the way. She could
this is
not.
telemedicine, like
Oh
COVID.
God,
Was it a
yeah.
COVID baby?
Yeah. Look at
Yeah,
that.
it was a COVID baby. It was
That
an
beautiful
answer
chart.
during COVID.
Yeah.
These guys bought a company was called, I think it was Livongo, for like 16 billion, right a few months before the market crashed, and now their combined valuation is 1.5 billion.
Phew.
Anyways, and this was right when I was doing Mora as well, right? So I was like, I was understanding the telemedicine space and looking at this and going like, this is a horrible business.
Why was it a horrible business?
Because there is no margin, right? So for every dollar of revenue you are adding probably $1.2 of cost, because you have to like pay a doctor's salary. A doctor has to literally do an online visit, and there's a very flat, fixed, high cost to doctor salaries in the US. Even the cheapest doctors, they tend to hire like junior, cheaper doctors. That's like $300K a year.
Yep.
And so there's absolutely no scaling. And they just subsidized it by just having a crazy high stock price and running a loss. And they're still running a loss. They're actually going to report earnings soon. So
Yeah, I wonder what that's going to be
reporting
too.
earnings soon, I think. It's on the 23rd. So
Yeah.
Teladoc's reporting earnings on the 23rd.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in that because also, like you said, they did buy Livongo, which Livongo is a diabetes company, which runs at a loss a lot of times too. It was at the time. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that.
So have a look at this. These are all insider transactions for the last, year or so for Teladoc. And there has not been a single transaction where an insider has paid cash to buy their stock. Not a single transaction.
What are the green ones? Isn't that a buying thing?
No,
Or
so
did they
these
get
are
it for free?
stock option grants, RSUs,
Okay.
that are given, and then these guys, as soon as they vest, they sell them. So not a single transaction where an insider has bought their own stock.
That is crazy. Yeah, it's definitely one way you look at it too. It's like you can see like when they're buying or selling. So if somebody's not buying their own stock, they don't believe in their own stock. So why should I believe in them too?
And you would think at some point they would be like, look, man, my stock's too cheap. I used to be worth 100 billion. Now I'm worth 1 billion. Like, maybe it's a good deal. I don't know.
Yeah, you would think, right? It's like, okay, I'm gonna buy it now at $8 compared to
Yeah.
where it was at. So, but hey, I mean, they obviously knows. At the end of the day, like if insiders know more than we know, so if they're not buying, that should tell you something. Especially at a like you said, a 1.5 bill market cap. If they're not buying it still, that tells you that they know it's still overvalued. And I think we both know that obviously, again, like I said, Livongo was a money eater already, and they got Livongo, and then obviously we both know Teladoc is getting, obviously he's not going to make any profit unless they raise their prices, and if they raise their prices, that gets them, that's going to cut into their, people using the app, because there's so many other apps out there now too that are just as cheap. So it's like, I feel like it's a no win-win for, I guess, a lose-lose for them at this point.
Okay, we're almost at time, and we are. It's loading.
Oh, we
It's
made it.
loading. We're at time. We're at time. We're at
We
time.
made it. Who's the winner?
Who's the winner?
I won.
Who's the
Let's see.
winner? Who's the winner? Are we gonna get a modal pop up, or I think we have to work on notifications and emails.
Yeah, it
and
should be on the top right
results
here.
and-
See, like pops, just like boom, just glitters down or whatever it does on top of the screen. That'd be nice. Doge used to be close to $1. God.
All right, we're just waiting.
Okay.
Can pull up NVDA. Here we go. Oh, damn it. I don't think I'm going to win.
It's one drum roll. Okay, it's 135.19. Is that the final price?
I think it's like 135.7. It bouncing around, yeah. Between those, between 16 and 19, pretty much is what it's been bouncing
You
around.
know what would be cool? Like we have this chart right now, this graph. If you click on predictions at the bottom.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, yeah, here we
Oh,
go.
I came in fourth place. Let's go.
Okay. Shout out to Kevin and Carolina and Vishru and Jason and Andy and Kevin again, because you can get multiple entries in the same thing. And Jeremy and M. Ricardo and Martino are running out the top 10. So the top 8 places are new people.
Nice.
Congratulations, guys. Yeah, this is real money. So the dollars are small, but next week we're gonna go to $1,000 every day.
Sweet.
Nice.
Congrats to the top 3.
Oh, and just FYI, if you work at Stonks, you can play the game, but you're not going to win the money. We're just going to take the winnings that Stonks people have and roll them into the next day's prize pool. So no insider trading here.
Yeah. No insider trading. Yeah. Yeah. Remember when that happened in the daily fantasy industry with DraftKings and FanDuel?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I do remember that.
Oliver is protesting, but it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think our developers might have a strike. They might set up picket posts. Be like, we protest tomorrow.
You have to get us a little emote sign that says protest on it. Maybe some couple pitchforks too.
It's on brand, you know. Our development team is French, and so
there we go.
Well, I hear there's going to be a lot of great talent in France available soon because they're raising the tax rates.
Nice.
And so people might be looking for
they're going up to 90%. Can you believe it?
That's
it's not law yet. It's a proposal.
It's a proposal.
And,
that party won, right? The extreme left guys won.
The tax guys tax more versus the tax less guys. Yeah, the tax more guys won.
Hey, somebody's got to win, I guess, right? Why can't it be like, keep the tax, just keep it where it's at then.
All right, let's call it a day. Any last thoughts?
No, see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, it was fun. First stream was fun.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.